Hey fellow Terrarians, and welcome back to our Mage playthrough. This is a very exciting time for us, gearing up for first bosses, and I bet you it's going to be quite thrilling and quite painful at the same time. Alright, so meanwhile, there is another weapon we would like to obtain and test, obviously, because it's available as soon as you enter hard mode. All you need is a surface hallowed desert, pretty much, so to farm those light mummies and get light shards. We just got 2 light shards, and that's all we need for our upgrade, so to craft this weapon. All it needs is a magic missile from a pre-hard mode post-skeletron dungeon, obviously, and 16 souls of light. And using a mithril anvil we can craft a sky fracture. Now sky fracture has an insane critical hit chance, guys. It's almost plus 20 over a crystal serpent, plus 20%, so that potentially gives it a higher burst DPS for single target fights. Okay, so I would say that crystal serpent conditionally could be potentially just as good, but overall maybe sky fracture would win. So we're gonna test, obviously we're gonna test all of these weapons, but even without any mods, we only have it with mana conservation right now. Look at this, over 500 burst easily, and some of them even miss, right? So if all of those were hitting, all of the crystal swords were hitting with projectiles, we would be obviously getting higher damage. And this is versus a mythical crystal serpent, so we will roll this sky fracture with mythical as well, and we will test those the results. But yeah, so obviously after a quick test, I think they're comparable. It's just situational, right? So if you're fighting multiple mobs, you might want to use potentially a crystal serpent simply due to the splash damage. But we'll see, we'll test some more, but for now it's time to fish, because we need some armor, we need more upgrades. And long term we're looking for, well, short term I would say at this point, we're looking for adamantite or titanium. Potentially titanium is probably better for mage, for pre-boss, because of the extra buff you get, extra shields, right, so that deal damage. So you kind of have a little bit of extra protection from when surrounded and overwhelmed by enemies, right? So this potentially is useful. Now, meanwhile, we're fishing. So fishing for crates, obviously high tier crates. We're looking for divine and titanium specifically, because those can provide titanium and adamantite, essentially. And why Hallow? Why not fish in lava? Why not fish in a desert? Well, Hallow has multiple other things that they offer. Okay, so the Hallow crate, the divine crates, have a chance to also provide crystals and souls. So souls of lights and crystal shards. Okay, so those are actually needed for you see, we've just got both actually, and 10 crystal shards immediately. Okay, so you see now that this is another advantage of fishing and surface Hallow. But another one would be, there's more obviously, another reason would be obviously prismite. Prismite is the fish that is needed to craft life force potions, and those are invaluable. Obviously you have to get them for all important critical fights, because essentially when maxed out, when your HP is maxed out, you have 500 base health. A single potion, life force potion, gives you an extra 100, which is significant for a character at any point late stage of the game when you're fighting challenging bosses, of course. Okay guys, so we were able, just from that fishing, we were able to complete a full set of adamantite armor, which is good because this gives us extra damage. Yes, so finally we have an upgrade both in DPS and in armor over the pre-hard mode set, over our magic hat, diamond armor, and jungle pants. Finally we're upgrading those. Okay, so guys, maybe it's time to try and get the next weapon, because there is one weapon have never tried before, and I really would like to, because I think it may hold some potential some serious advantage for certain boss fights, and we will definitely go into those battles very soon. Okay, so for that we're going back to our farm made pre-hard mode. If you guys remember, farm that is bringing corruption into the cavern layer desert. So this is just to spawn desert spirits, and this is the place, right? So we started farming and we saw that it's possible to summon these guys, and look, 2 in a row, 2 at once. This is good. Okay, so Crystal Serpent is doing a great job killing these guys. So all we're looking for here is a single desert spirit lamp. All we need is one, just one drop, and we'll be out. And this place is dangerous, guys. And these guys, the desert spirits, can do a lot of damage with those projectiles. They're slow moving, easily avoidable, but you know, be careful because each one can hit for, you know, close to 200 damage. This is really exciting because I believe this weapon is very powerful. Potentially, it could be, I don't know, it could probably be better than any of the ones we just have at this point. And I don't know if it's only situational, so let's get it and test it. And again, for this we just need one lamp. A single, oh, there it is, there it is. Okay guys, desert spirit lamp, we got it. We don't need to stay here any longer. Out, away we go. Okay guys, so but this is not everything. We still need more items for this weapon. So one of them would be, we need a storm, and there you go, a desert storm, sandstorm. Okay, so this is actually quite good. We just need two sand elementals, guys, and sometimes it can be very painful. And so the tactics I'm using here is actually staying above. Oh, there you go. Look at those tornadoes. So basically this is the elemental, sand elemental. So try to stay away in between those sandstorms, because each touch will do like 100+ damage. So this is quite, and the elemental herself has 15k life. So this fight would be very challenging. So the reason I'm staying above this surface is to avoid getting overwhelmed, because there are some underground mobs, like worm type mobs, that can spawn. They're huge, and there is also a sand shark that can jump pretty high. So if you stay on the surface, you will get overwhelmed. Okay, so we've got one forbidden shard fragment, guys. Forbidden fragments is what we're after. Okay, so one is acquired, but that's not good enough. Meantime, you know what, let's reforge our sky fracture. We don't have too much gold. We need to farm a little bit more platinum, basically, but hopefully we'll get a better roll. This is good. I wonder. Let's keep going. I think it's not too oh, look at this. Mythical. Okay, so now we're talking. Now we have a weapon that is potentially highest damage at this point out of all three. Okay, let's see. Okay, now we're talking. 800 burst DPS. Okay, so even 9, up to 900. Okay, so compare this to Crystal Serpent. Yeah, obviously, I mean, this is good for this level. Okay, so all right, we've got an upgrade, of course. So Sky Fracture potentially is the strongest out of the three. Yeah, this damage is insane, of course. It's not as accurate though, as you can see. It's easy to miss, especially if targeting like small enemies, right? So in the meantime, you know, while waiting for another sandstorm, I think it's time to start getting truffle worms, guys. What do you think? The reason being is, and what exciting playthrough would it be if we didn't try some serious shortcuts, right? So some big challenges and potentially great rewards. I think we should do this for sure. Within this playthrough, we should definitely go for it. And while looking for truffle worms, trying not to die, by the way, guys, we haven't died yet, and this is the entire pre-hard mode, and up until now we're deathless. Okay, so this is good as a prep for hardcore playthrough. good to know that it's possible in master mode to, you know, go deathless at least into early hard mode. So this is good. So now I'll tell you this. We're going to fight Duke Fishron next. Pre-boss, pre-mech bosses, any mini bosses. I mean, obviously, we're not gonna do even, you know, Dread Nautilus or anything like that. No Queen Slime. We're not gonna do anything. So the first actual boss is going to be, I think it's going to be Duke Fishron. Yeah, we're gonna try. I mean, I've never fought him before using pre-mech gear. Alright guys, so no sandstorm yet. We're waiting for that wind to rise to hit 40 miles per hour, and look, the arms dealer is selling 2 pylons now, both the desert and Hallow. Why? Because he is with the nurse, and he loves the nurse, and that's why he almost every biome you put him into, he will be selling the pylons. Okay, so look at this. We've got 15 prismite. That is 15 plus potions, life force potions. And let's see if we get anything. Yeah, nothing so far. Nothing so far. And yeah, 19 adamantite bars. That's quite significant, by the way. But we don't need adamantite anymore. Okay, so some more fishing, this time in the hallowed desert, hopefully getting some extra stuff. And not much here, still some crates, some titanium, some divine crates as well. But we're still looking for that titanium. I think that would be a nice little upgrade before Duke Fishron. It could help actually, I believe. Oh, we got the enchanted sundial, which is good because sometimes if you need to skip fast forward time by day, this would be useful. And you can also fish in lava, of course, for hellstone crates. Hellstone crates also provide quite a decent array of drops, and so again, if you're looking for hard mode ores, hellstone crates could be quite useful. Although there is a lot of noise, obviously, that you get from it. A lot of drops that usually... Oh yeah, look at this, 20 titanium bars. Okay guys, we're getting there actually. We're very, very close now. And so once we've completed the armor and the weapon, potentially... Oh, we're missing just a few, just a little more. There's several more bars. I think we need like 56-ish, but I'm not sure. So do some more fishing and Hallow. And it actually doesn't take long, guys. When you have good fishing power, about 100 at all times, those divine crates go easy. Okay, so quite easy to catch, and also you can leverage potions, obviously, and you can even catch during any weather, any time of day, pretty much. You're gonna still have above 100 fishing power, which is substantial. Alright, so completing another round of fishing, and hopefully we will get this time, we'll get what we want, what we're looking for, which is again titanium mostly, and also some prismite. Obviously for the rest of the game that should be enough. This is not just to get the armor. This is you know, getting all those shards and getting life souls of light and you know, other components. So extra adamantite and extra titanium couldn't hurt because mithril. So we're getting potions, we're getting lots of things in the process. Look at this, crystals and more potions and more crystals and more mithril, and we're getting there. Oh, more titanium, guys. We're very close. I think that could be enough. Maybe missing a few bars, but that could be very close. Let's see, 54. Yeah, I think we need a few more. All right, but we're getting there, guys. We're getting so close now. And I can so speaking of shortcuts, so Duke Fishron, fighting him pre-mech is pretty much a challenge, and this is a challenge of mobility, mostly mobility and damage over time, right? So the idea is to be able to deal enough damage to kill him fast enough, but also have a decent mobility to be able to avoid getting hit. Because at this point he will, at master mode, at least in his third phase, Duke Fishron would be one or two shotting us, pretty much. So if you're planning to do this, I suggest to do quite a bit of prep. Oh, look at this. Okay, 11 titanium bars. I think we're over the... Yeah, we've got it. We have it now. Okay, so we have everything except for the weapon, guys. And, well... we can always use, you know what, worst case, we can always use Sky Fracture or even Crystal Serpent against Duke Fishron. And I've seen it done before, but I haven't personally fought Duke Fishron pre-Mac with any gear, with any character at all. So for now, you know what, let's do, while we're waiting for that Sandstorm, because I still want to complete, I still want to get this pre-boss weapon that is available to us and compare. And again, I'm talking about the Spirit Flame. Okay, so yeah, look at this. So Blood Moon and also rain, heavy rain. So we're still the wind is not quite there. We need 40 miles per hour, I think, 40 or 30, at least 30, I think, for the storm to happen, right, to occur. Alright, so, but we're getting Angry Nimbus though, spawn, which is good because, oh, look at this, he dropped Nimbus stuff, Nimbus Rod. So this is another magic weapon that we can complement, add to our arsenal, and of course, for some bosses and farms, this, for a mage, is pretty much a must, you know? We can use it against the Destroyer later on if we decide. Alright, so we're gonna pick up our Nimbus Rod, and we potentially at this point will have another very useful weapon indeed. So we just need to roll it. Okay guys, so this is actually quite good. So at this point, I think Nimbus Rod can only be, yeah, the demonic is pretty good for it. I think that's the best we can get at this point. And so you know what, we can test it and do a quick pirate invasion. Right guys, pirate invasion, Mage. Yeah, I think Nimbus Rod should work great here, guys. What do you think? Pretty much every weapon we have at this point is very useful for this. Yeah, that's quite easy. Look at this. We don't even have any banners yet, so and it's going pretty smooth. That's a lot of DPS. I mean, maybe not as much damage as you can deal using a summoner at this point, right? With the whip going through blocks and stuff, right? So especially when facing this opponent, Flying Dutchman. Okay, so I mean, this is just a fight for convenience. Okay, so did we get the black spot? Yeah, we got the black spot. Okay, perfect. So this is essentially what I was looking for in this fight. Just quickly get the black spot because it is very convenient. It's not as good as the broomstick, witch's broomstick, right? But it's available early on, and it allows us to go flying and hovering indefinitely, right? So we can actually use it for farming certain things. And I'm thinking that Sand Elemental during Sandstorm can be easily farmed using this. Wait a second, you seeing this? Coin gun on the first pirate invasion? Yeah, that's lucky. Too bad this is not a ranger playthrough. That would be massive. Okay guys, we've got our black spot. Yeah, it's kind of slow, but you know what? It's better than nothing. Yeah, I believe it's only marginally weaker or slower, I should say, than the UFO mount. Yeah, I mean, we shouldn't be complaining at this point. This is good. We've got everything and extra, like coin gun. Come on, this is nuts. Keen coin gun. Yeah, this is a very rare item indeed, guys. So I think it's probably one of the rarest in hard mode, if not the rarest. Yeah, coin gun, guys, is probably the rarest. Probably one of the rarest, one of the top 3 rarest items in hard mode Terraria, and probably even in the game itself, right? So it's similar to, I think it's like 1 in 8,000 drop chance. I think so. Or yeah, something like that, or 1 in 10,000. Need to check, but yeah, it's insane. But this is what we needed basically. Now we have the extra convenience of Nimbus Rod and the black spot, the mobility, so we can just hover over the sand elementals and keep smashing, keep attacking. So now we have quite a bit more damage and we can easily navigate. And by the way guys, again, I highly recommend staying above surface during those desert storms, because again there are some mobs that will attack you from below without you seeing, especially during all this noise, because it's stormy, sandy, and all this noise can actually prevent you from hearing that they're coming, and it's gonna be too late. They hit very hard. Also the elementals themselves hit very hard. Okay, so now we have the second forbidden fragment and we can keep going. Actually, you know what, I'm not sure, there's another armor I would like to try and I'd like to test it for sure, and that's the forbidden armor. Of course, for that we need 3 more fragments, so we keep farming the elementals and hopefully we'll get enough. So see, Dune Splicer and I think the Sand Shark, those are very dangerous enemies for sure. Okay, so we only got 3 and previously we got 1, so that gives us 4. 2 we'll use to craft the weapon, but we need 1 more, I guess, to craft the armor, because the armor requires 3. Okay guys, so this is a very exciting moment, because now we can finally craft the weapon. I've never used it before, I only read about it, and I like the description, I like what it's supposed to be doing, but I haven't tested it myself yet. So it needs, I think, 12 Souls of Night, 2 forbidden fragments, and the lamp, of course. And Spirit Flame is crafted, and look at this damage, oh my goodness. Okay guys, I think we need to reroll it, but even before we reroll it, I think a quick test would be in order. Let's see. Let's just give it a shot. I wonder, does it go through blocks? No, it doesn't. However, are you seeing this? I mean, it may not look like a lot of damage right away, but guys, okay, let's reroll it. Mythical, that's what we need, come on. Okay, we have a lot of platinum, thanks to all the mimics and the easy farm that we have set up, but we're looking for mythical, and look at this, so cheap to reroll. This is another advantage, right? So this is one of those items, weapons, early game that can be rerolled cheaply to the best modifier. Guys, let's test it. Let's test it, because I think this would be the weapon. Of course, we can't really test it properly against, yeah, so combat dummy, training dummy won't really help us here, and obviously it's very hard to target mobs single target to see how much actual damage it's dealing, but looking at that 800 plus, I think it's dealing quite okay, right? So yeah, I mean, the point of this weapon is that those projectiles, they slowly home on enemies. Not slowly, actually, they're quite they don't travel too far, and they do not I think they need to be within 20 blocks from the mobs to actually be able to attack. But you know guys, this is very exciting. This weapon, I think I love it already. We're gonna test it against Duke Fishron. How about that? Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching.